students. Today I'll be explaining y'all the concept of joint stock company. Company is an association of persons formed for carrying out the business activities which is having a legal status. It is independent of its members. Here even the cooperative society which we have learned in our previous lesson, previous concepts, even that was an association of persons. Then how it is different from the company? That I'll be explaining in my video. A company can be described as an artificial person who has a legal entity, separate legal entity. What you have studied in your entity concept, that a company is different from its members, means owners and the managers are different, and here the company is different from its members. It has a perpetual succession and a common seal. So the company form of organization is governed by the Companies Act 2013. Earlier there was a Companies Act 1956. It was amended in the year 2013 and it was called as the Companies Act 2013. What is actually the company means? Here the section defines, the Companies Act 2013 defines, as per the section 2 subsection 20 of the Companies Act 2013, a company means company which is incorporated under the Companies Act 2013 or any other previous company law, which was passed earlier than the 2013, which is registered as per that company law or as per this company 2013, it will be called as a joint stock company. Then what is the definition of the joint stock company? Let us see that. Joint stock company is a voluntary association of individuals for profit having a capital divided into transferable shares, the ownership of which is the condition of the membership. Here the basic difference, what the cooperative society, you have studied about the meaning of cooperative society and that of joint stock company, is that though it has some similarities, that this is also a voluntary association of individuals, that is also a voluntary association of persons, but the cooperative society is formed for the service motive. It is formed by contributing capital, raising the capital in the form of shares, but the members are themselves who are going to contribute for the capital. Here the shareholders are different and the managers are the different. So managers are the one who are the experts in this field, in this company management, in the business activities. They are the one who manages the business activities. Here the shareholders who are scattered all over the different world, they will buy the shares. They are going to contribute to the total share capital, and the shareholders have the right to transfer their shares or their ownership to different members, the ownership of which is the condition of the membership. So that is how it has been defined as per Professor Haney. Joint stock company is a voluntary association of individuals who have formed for profit. They have a capital divided into transferable shares, the ownership of which is the condition of the membership. So to become a member, you have to contribute. You have to contribute and be a shareholder. The shareholders are the owners of the company, while the board of directors is the chief managing body elected by the shareholders. Here the major difference here is the shareholders are the owners. They are the real owners of the company, but they are the not people who are going to conduct the day-to-day operations of the company. It is different management. So shareholders are in direct contact with the board of directors. Board of directors are the promoters who have started the company, who have formed the company. So they may be the promoters. Board of directors is going to elect he's been elected by the shareholders, they are the one who are going to select the management committee. Management committee consists of chief financial officer, chief executive officer, managing director. So all that comprise of management. Management will be elected by this board of directors. Management will be selected by this board of directors, but board of directors are selected by or elected by the shareholders. So just see the hierarchy. Shareholders are the real owners. They elect the board of directors. After board of directors, it is the management people who comes. So management people are responsible to the board of directors. Board of directors are answerable to the shareholders, who are the real owners of the company. Usually the owners exercise an indirect control over the business. They have an indirect control. That is, they can come to know what are the updates that are going on, what is the financial position when the annual general meeting will be held. But they have indirect control over the business. So the direct control over the business is having with the board of directors, and the one who are the real practitioners, they are the management people. So the capital of the company, when it is divided into smaller parts, those each unit, each part is called as a share, which can be transferred freely from one shareholder to another person, except in a private company. In private company, there is no such free transfer of shares, and there is no public raising. Public cannot contribute for such companies, but whereas public limited company can collect money from the public, can raise capital from the public. That difference we are going to study it later. That was the meaning of joint stock company, students. Now I'll explain you all the features of joint stock company. So the very first feature is that it is an artificial person, as we have studied in our meaning that it is an association of persons. It is said to be, here you can see children, that is, they say it as an artificial person. An artificial person. What is artificial person then? Joint stock company as an artificial person. So what do you mean by artificial person? Artificial person. So it means that company is not a natural person created by God. Company is an artificial person created by law, created by the court of law. A company is a creation of law, and it exists independent of its members. It is nowhere related to the members. Members may come, members may go, men may come and men may go, but company go on forever. So that is all about the perpetual succession that I'll explain in the next feature. But here, like natural person, even the company can own property, company can incur debts, company can borrow debts, borrow money, enter into contracts, sue and be sued. So, but unlike it cannot breathe, eat, run, talk and so on, therefore it is said to be an artificial person. It can enter into property, it can hold property in its name, it can borrow debts, yes, it can file suit against the members or any of the third party. So it is considered as an artificial person which is created by law, and law has the only authority to end this company. So it is said to be an artificial person. Next is separate legal entity. From the day of its incorporation, that is from the day of its registration, a company acquires an identity. Law is giving the permission to start the company. Law is creating this company. Law is giving the identity to the company, making distinct from its members. So though the owner may be in profit, though the owner may have more assets and more liabilities, but the company's assets, company's liabilities are separate. It is separate from those of its owners. The law does not recognize the business and the owners to be one and the same. It is not considered that owner and the business is same. No, there is a separate legal entity. Entity concept is applied for this company. Formation, how will the company will be formed? The formation of the company is, it's a very time consuming, expensive and the complicated process, because it involves certain preparation of several documents and compliance with several legal requirements before it starts its actual functioning. What type of a documents has to be obtained? For example, memorandum of association, articles of association. So those are considered as very important documents for the formation of the company. So such a legal procedure which is involved, which is a time consuming to form such documents, to maintain such document, it involves times and it's very complicated process too. So registration of the company is compulsory as per the act under the Indian Companies Act 1956. It is compulsory to be registered so that it gets a legal entity. It will be considered as an artificial person. So then only it will be included in the list of companies. So that was about the formation of the company. Further features I'll be explaining in my next video, students. Thank you one and all.